Hey guys, Happy New Year. This is Brandy, if you're new around here, and this is Sewing Back. So, a lot of people get really excited at the beginning of the year and they do the Pantry Challenge with Three Rivers Homestead, and I've done that in the past. I am not participating in that this year, and a lot of that has to do with just my life and scheduling right now. It's just a bit much for me to commit to something like that. But the struggle can be real about getting dinner on the table, particularly during the week. So I thought this week I would take the opportunity to kind of show you what we're eating for dinner, show you my grocery haul to pack up that pantry that you guys saw me get organized last week so that I can make dinner time happen without pulling out my hair. After coming home from work, I have some big changes coming as I have gotten a promotion. So I'm going from a part-time worker to a full-time worker, and I've got to be able to get dinner done still and adjust to all of these changes. Now, this I'm showing you was our New Year's meal. I did a homemade macaroni and cheese and some greens and black-eyed peas, and we ended up eating leftovers the following night. Leftovers can be your friend. You can revamp them. But this is one of the recipes I wanted to show you because I talk a lot about my zorushi and making freshly milled breads and how to do that. But what if you don't have the money to buy a machine and all of the things? Well, this is an easy, shaggy bread that you can do. I did this where I actually mixed. I had a cup and a half of freshly milled grain, and so I used that and I mixed it with half a cup of all-purpose flour. If you don't have a grain mill, you can use flour. Buy the best flour you can get. But this is perfect because you don't need any special tools. All you need are four ingredients. You need your flour, you need some water, you need to have some active yeast, and some salt. And that's it. And I actually did this after work, and I did it. I want to say it was probably about 3:30 in the afternoon. I had some errands to do after I got this put together. But essentially, I've just got my flour in there. I'm using a Danish whisk there, but you can totally use your hands. You don't have to have any special tools, as I said. And what you want to do is you want to put your salt in with your grain, because salt, if you mix the salt in with the water and the yeast, it can deactivate kind of your yeast. They kind of work against each other. So I went ahead and incorporated it into the grain, and I got my water up in my little glass there. It's 12 ounces of water, and I got it up to about 110 degrees. You don't want to go over 120 degrees or you'll kill your yeast. I have a bubbly yeast, so I know it's fine. And I'm just going to mix this up and make a shaggy dough. And so essentially, once I get this mixed, you don't have to over mix it. You don't have to do stretches and folds. You get it mixed up in your bowl. I did this all in the same bowl. And like I said, you can do this by hand. I have before. And you just cover it. You want to put it in a warm place for a few hours and let it rise. And then while your oven's preheating, you can reshape it and get it on some parchment, make a cut or two in it, and you would just bake it up in your Dutch oven in your oven at 425 degrees for 30 minutes, and then you take your lid off and you bake it for another 15 to 20 minutes, and you have a nice crusty bread for dinner with no special equipment. And it turns out really well, as you will see. And so a lot of times, if you're starting out, or maybe you've never made bread, this is a great one to start with because it's very rewarding, and you didn't have to spend a lot of extra money on things that you're not even sure you may want to do. Okay, guys, it's been about uh, 3.5 hours since I left you, and I wanted to show you my little four ingredient shaggy bread there. And so all I'm gonna do is shape it up and put it on some parchment. I have my big, let me show you. I have my little, let's turn on the light so you can see. I have my oven preheating, and that's like my Dutch oven. It's not a huge one. This won't be a huge loaf, but it will make a lovely, nice, crusty bread to go with our dinner. So I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay guys, this is my little crusty bread that I made. 4 ingredients, no special equipment, nothing. And turned out perfect. I probably got it a little done, but I checked the temperature with my thermometer, 205. It's perfect, and we're having this with some good old-fashioned spaghetti with meat sauce, and that's what we're having for dinner for tonight, which is January 3rd. So we'll see you tomorrow. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Brandy, if you're new around here. And we are at my local Sprouts. Today is January 4th. So it's the first Saturday of the new year. And Sprouts has a huge sale, like on all of their personal care items, supplements, vitamins, all the things. And of course, all the things healthy as we're in the new year. I need to pick up some produce. And I need to get some, a few little things here and there. I'm trying to put together in my head, what we're having for dinner. I have my freezers pretty well stocked. I have some things I've batched put together that I have frozen for easy weeknight meals. And I hope to use a couple of those this week, but we have a church fellowship meal tomorrow. And I have to bring something for that. And I'm trying to kind of revisit the work week and what we're going to have for dinner, because I got a promotion at work, and I am starting on Monday. I am going from a part-time worker to a full-time worker. And so that's going to change some dynamics in my home and my time management and all that. So I'm going to kind of be on a learning curve. So I want this first week to be easy. I want to find some options that I can pull together quickly. I told y'all for lunch, most of the time I'll make my bread in my zorushi, and then I typically just slice it up. And what we have been doing lately is I can't have peanut butter and things like that. I'm allergic to it. The only nut I'm not allergic to are almonds. And so I use Barney butter typically. And I'll do like a almond butter. And I have found this fruit spread that uses chia seeds. They actually sell it here at Sprouts. And so I've been using that with my Barney butter. And then I usually have that with some plain Greek yogurt. And what I was doing the last few weeks is I was just taking a little bit of that same fruit spread that has the chia seeds and putting it in my yogurt, because it's just plain, and I'm trying to really watch my sugar intake and all the things. Gonna get some shopping done, and I will show you my haul when I get back home. All right guys, we're back. I'm in my kitchen. This was quite the haul. This was really, I ended up stocking up on a lot of things because they had a lot of sales. They had sales on supplements, personal care, protein powders. They had a lot of good deals on different fruits and vegetables. A lot of their frozen vegetables and fruits. They had sales on that. So some things you'll see they had like a buy one, get one free. And Sprouts is a little bit different than most of the other grocery stores here in Georgia, because usually if we do a buy one, get one free in Georgia, you can just buy one of the items and pay half the price. Sprouts does not do that. You have to buy, if you don't get that second product, you're paying full price for that first one, is how they put it in their system. I don't know how they get by that and other stores don't. I don't know. I can't tell you. I hadn't figured it out. So I just know if it's a buy one, get one, I gotta get two. So you'll see there's some things where I have two of them. There were a few things that they had on sale That was if you bought one, you got the next one at half off, and it was still a pretty good deal. So I went ahead and I did that. I tried to get products that had better ingredients. You'll see a few of these things. And I tried to think about things that I can make easy dinners with. I do have a pretty well stocked freezer as far as meats go, with the exception of ground turkey. I don't have any. And I'm pretty low on, I have like grass-fed, grass-finished hamburger patties, like from Costco, the big packs. I had stocked up on those when they got them back in. So I still have some of those in the freezer, but just like 1 pound packs of ground beef, don't have a lot of that in my freezer right now. So still really stocked on pork. I have a couple Boston butts. I have some pork tenderloins that are marinating. I have several different things. I have a whole turkey, got a good bit of chicken, but I don't have a lot of like skinless, boneless chicken thighs. I know I have 1 pack. I picked up another one. So guys, my dogs were barking all through this part of my video, so I'm just going to kind of go over what I got. In this part of the haul, you can see I got lots of fruits and vegetables, fresh produce. I ended up stocking up. They had some really good deals on organic apricots and organic apples, as well as blueberries. And I think they had the cuties as well. So I stocked up on all those, especially apples. We're really enjoying eating a lot of apples. Everybody will take one in their lunch. So that's good to have on hand. So I picked up all of those, and then I also picked up like salad greens, some kale, cabbage, carrots. Um, Oh, I got some more shallots that I needed because I used up my shallots when I made spaghetti the other night. I did snag some asparagus, which I thought I would use for a quiche. I have not done that as of yet, but that may be on my list. So I got all of those, and then these were more of the staple things that I got. There were some supplements that we picked up because they were on sale. I got some tortillas that are supposed to be pretty clean ingredients. They use olive oil. I haven't tried these yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I also picked up, these were new. That I at our Sprouts, and they were the tortilla chips, but they only use avocado oil, and they're the Sprouts brand. They're actually cheaper than some of the other brands that use avocado or olive oil in the chips. They also had the evil popcorn, as my kid calls it, but these were buy one get one free, and they have pretty clean ingredients. They're good to have on hand for snacks, and to because a lot of times it's a lot cheaper to get them like this, and then I'll bag them up myself, and then I'll put it in a basket in my pantry, and everybody can grab one for the lunchbox. They also had really great deals on their whey protein because it's the beginning of the year. They also had a lot of deals with their supplements, their beauty product, or not just beauty, but any kind of body products. All of that kind of stuff was on sale, as well as a lot of their frozen vegetables and fruits and things like that, as you'll see in a few minutes. But and of course, yes, there is some Lily's chocolate there. It's a nice one to have on hand because everybody needs a little chocolate sometimes. I also picked up one of my favorite brands for kombucha. And this was a limited edition. They only had 1 can of it. It was a cranberry citrus. Oh, it was so good. And I haven't seen it since anywhere because I would love to have another one. And it says it's a limited edition, but it was really good. I also picked up what we're calling a healthy ramen, and that's right in front of the whey protein there. I also really love the Just tea. That's the Moroccan mint, and I also like the oolong peach. Those are some of my favorites. I picked up some Sprouts ranch dressing with avocado oil because I had gotten salad greens and things like that, and I'm out of this, and I really like it. And I'm trying a new one. I haven't made this recipe yet, but I saw. Not with that, but I saw enchilada sauce and a way to do it in the crock pot. So that's going to be an upcoming thing as well. I had to pick up some ground turkey because I was totally out. And then they had a sale on their grass-fed, grass-finished hot dogs. It was a buy one get one, and they also had it on some kielbasa, and it was a jalapeno cheddar, which I plan to do a sheet pan recipe with some mushrooms and peppers and cabbage that I bought for dinner one night because those are really quick and easy dinners to put together during the week. And the hot dogs I plan to use as a second meal off of my big pot of chili you'll see later in the video. And I needed some ground beef to put in the freezer because you can always pull that out and make something, whether it's a vegetable beef soup or spaghetti. There's just so many things you can do quick with some ground beef, and I don't have that in my freezer right now. And you'll see what I do with the chicken. So you can see all the frozen foods here. These were all on sale. Some of them were buy one, get one free. Some of them were buy one, get one half off. The fruits in particular, the organic fruits, these were Sprout brands for the pineapple and the mango. These were fantastically priced, but the strawberry ones were sold out. So I had to get a different brand for the strawberries. And I got that same brand. I've used this brand before when I used to do Azure, and I really think the quality's great. So Sprouts carries that as well. Matter of fact, I think it's probably cheaper getting it at Sprouts because if you get it at Azure, you also have to pay for the ship. You're part of the shipping part. So I'm grateful that my Sprouts carries it and I don't have to worry about all that. But I got broccoli as well to do a broccoli and cheddar soup. I got some sweet potatoes. They had the Bubbles sauerkraut was on sale, so I picked some of that up. And I also got some kefir that's elderberry and some milk. And then we ended up having leftovers this night, as you can see, as I was cleaning out my fridge, which leads me to the next meal. We did actually have a potluck at church today. And so usually I don't cook after we do that, but I had one who had to work a double. He's hungry. And so I decided, you know what, I go ahead and do it, and I'm going to go ahead and get some other prep done for this week. So what am I doing? I'm taking the chicken thigh package. I had gotten like a family pack at Sprouts, and I've put it in my pot here with some sauteed onions and carrots, and I put in some black garlic powder, some red pepper flakes, some chives, some turmeric and white pepper, and a little splash of apple cider vinegar. And I'm just going to let that cook until I can shred the chicken. And then what I do is I also got this at Sprouts. It's like a healthy version of ramen. So I put 2 of their spice packs. They look like this. And they have like some sesame oil, and it'll make it spicy. It comes with 4 packs. We use 2 of these, and we like that amount of spice. And then if anyone wants to add more, they could, but it's usually enough. So we're gonna have a chicken ramen for dinner tonight. And then I'm taking the rest of the chicken. I've got my oven preheating. I'm gonna put it in the oven and bake it up. And then I'm gonna chop it up to make a chicken kale salad that either we can have for lunches or in a pinch, maybe for dinner, depending on how this week goes. So anyway, I just wanted to show you what that is. I'll pop in a picture of what a bowl of this looks like when it's all put together and finished. So I guess I'll see you tomorrow night for dinner. Y'all, this was so good. We ate the whole pot between us. I had all my kids and everybody had some. I did add some mushrooms to this, which just added a really nice component to our little chicken ramen soup. So as you see, with any meal comes dishes that you get dirty, they get clean, you're constantly having to reset. That's why it is so important that you make a plan, you stick to your plan, you get your haul, you try to do prep when you can on the weekend to make those weeknight meals happen. And that is exactly what I'm trying to do. And this was my next dish that I made, which was I did a Mexican cornbread. This one was a new to me recipe, and I'll have a clip with the recipe. I had gotten the cornmeal from the Nora Mill Granary up in Helen, Georgia. And so I had not made Mexican cornbread quite like this before. Usually, the recipe I use, it has cheese. This one did not, but it was delicious. And as you can see, we're using those pantry items to get this dinner done. And this was my chili. I couldn't tell you all the spices, the measure. I just put stuff together because when I can my tomatoes, I do a chili base one. And I always do a salsa or a tomatillo sauce that I add to my
Hey
chili,
guys, Renee
which
here,
is
so
what
I'm
I
back.
did
It
here.
is Monday, January 6th, and I made a big old pot of turkey chili using my homegrown tomatoes with my chili base, and I also put a jar of my hot salsa. And this is Nora, oh shoot, hold on. This is Nora Mills Granary. If you ever go up to Helen, Georgia, the granary is right outside of Helen before you go into the little village. And it's a still functioning granary. And so I got this cornmeal from there. And I keep it in my refrigerator. It's like the best. And it's just straight up white cornmeal. It doesn't have anything added to it. And this is their recipe for a Mexican cornbread. So I've never made it this way, but we're going to try it. It doesn't have cheese in it. It did use a can of cream corn, a full-size can of cream corn. I did 2 of my jalapenos from my garden, an onion, 2 eggs, and then you put in the baking soda, baking powder, salt, and it called for 2/3 of a cup of I think it calls for vegetable oil, but I used an avocado oil. So that's what we're having for dinner tonight. I know that there'll be leftovers for this, and we'll use this to make some chili slow dogs later in the week, maybe Friday night or something, because we may get some winter weather on Friday. So we will see. So this is a meal that will have another meal in it. Anyway, I will see you for dinner tomorrow night. Bye.
So we're finally to the last week, or the last night of this week's meals, and I did my sheet pan with the bratwurst, cabbage, peppers, um, sweet potato. It had mushrooms, and I just put some avocado oil and some salt and pepper, and I roasted this in my oven, and this made for a delicious dinner. So tell me, guys, what is your go-to weeknight dinner? What is it that you can pull out of your back pocket so you can get dinner done? Please comment below so we can all glean from one another, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.